Hello everyone. Today we will see section 35 on series of groups. We will first see the definition of subnormal and normal series. We will see the Schreier theorem without proof and then the Jordan-Holder theorem and the ascending central series. First we will see the subnormal and normal series and related definitions. So we start with considering a finite sequence of groups H0, H1, H2, etc. Hn. We say that this finite sequence of groups forms a subnormal series of a group G if H0 is a proper normal subgroup of H1 and H1 is a proper normal subgroup of H2 and H2 is a normal subgroup of H3 and so on. Hn minus 1 is a normal subgroup of Hn. So this strictly less than inequality shows that they are all proper subgroups of, that is Hi is a proper subgroup of Hi plus 1 and Hi must be a normal subgroup of Hi plus 1. Now we have one additional condition that H0 must be the identity group, that is set E, and Hn must be the entire group capital G. Then we say that this sequence forms a subnormal series of capital G. Now here we must note that if H1 is a normal subgroup of H2, that need not imply that H1 is a normal subgroup of capital G. So when we add an additional condition that all these HIs are normal subgroups of capital G, we say that it forms a normal series of capital G. So we have all the condition that we have defined for a subnormal series of capital G, and we have an additional condition that all HIs are normal subgroups of capital G. Now we already know that when H0 is a subgroup of a normal subgroup of H1, we can define a factor group H1 over H0. Similarly, we can consider the factor group H2 over H1 since H1 is a normal subgroup of H2, and so on. We can have the factor group, the collection of all factor group Hi plus 1 over Hi. Now if we set an additional condition on the collection of four factor groups, then we can have a new series. That is, we have this sequence of finite groups forms a composition series of the group capital G if it is already a subnormal series of capital G, and together with the condition that all these factor groups, that is all Hi plus 1 over His, are simple groups. Now if we set the same condition on the normal series of G, we will be getting another series which is known as the principal or chief series of capital G. That is, this must be a normal series of G, and we have the same additional condition, that is all Hi plus 1 over Hi are simple. Next, we say that a group capital G is solvable if G has a composition series and together with the condition that all these factor groups must be abelian. So we already know that since G has a composition series, all these factor groups are simple. Now we have the additional condition that all Hi plus 1 over His for every I from 0 to n minus 1 are abelian. Now we can see the definitions in your textbook. So here you can see that a subnormal series is also known as a sub-invariant series of a group G, and a normal series is also known as an invariant series of capital G. Now let us have some examples. So we can see that these two sequences forms a normal series of Z. So here you can see that 4Z is a normal subgroup of Z, and 8Z is a normal subgroup of 4Z, and Z0 is always a normal subgroup of 8z. And similarly, 9z is a normal subgroup of z and z0 is a normal subgroup of 9z. So that these two forms a normal series of z. But this implies that this also forms a subnormal series of the group z under addition. Now we will see an example of a subnormal series which is not a normal series. So for that we consider the group D4 of symmetries of the square which we have seen in example 8.10, and there you can have the subgroup diagram. So if you select any of the sequence of subgroups from the identity element to D4, then you will be having a subnormal series. So here you can see that rho naught is a subgroup of rho naught mu1, which is a subgroup of rho naught rho2 mu1 mu2, which is a subgroup of D4, and it forms a subnormal series of D4. Now you can see that this is not a normal series, for which you can see that rho naught mu1 is not normal in D4. So if you check this corresponding table 8.12, you can see that if I take delta 1, then rho naught mu1 and delta 1 inverse, we can see that this is not contained in rho naught mu1. So this is different from rho naught mu1. So hence this rho naught mu1 is not a normal subgroup of D4, and this series is not a normal series but it is a subnormal series. Next is a definition. We say that a subnormal series Kj is a refinement of a subnormal series Hi of a group G if set Hi is contained in Kj. That is, each Hi is one of the Kj. So if you replace the term with a normal series in the place of subnormal series, then you can see that the definition for refinement of a normal series holds. So let us see an example. So here you can see that this is a normal series, and here I am going to insert 4z here. So you can see that 8z is a normal subgroup of 4z and 4z is a normal subgroup of z. Also here I am going to insert 24z. That is 72z is a normal subgroup of 24z and which is a normal subgroup of 8z. So keeping all the elements in the new series, that is here you can see that each Hi is one of the Kj, and if you insert additional elements in the series keeping all the conditions of a series, of a normal series or subnormal series, then we can say that this is a refinement of this series. If you don't add any of the new elements in the existing series, then by this definition we can say that that existing series is again a refinement of itself. So here is a problem. Can you find out a refinement of these two series given by set 0, the identity group less than 8z, less than 4z, less than z? So here you can see that if I add a 2z here, or a multiple of 8, if I choose it as some 80z, then this identity group, which is a subgroup of normal subgroup of 80z, and it is less than 80z, less than 4z, less than 2z, less than z, is going to be a refinement of this series. Similarly, try to find out a refinement of this series and write it in the comment box. Next, we go to the definition of isomorphic subnormal or normal series Hi and Kj. So when you have two subnormal or normal series Hi and Kj, we say that they are isomorphic if there is a one-to-one correspondence between the collections of factor groups Hi plus 1 over Hi and Kj plus 1 over Kj. So remember that both these series are subnormal or normal series of the same group, and from a series Hi we form the collection of all possible factor groups Hi plus 1 over Hi, and from Kj we form the collection of factor groups Kj plus 1 over Kj, and if we can find a 1-1 correspondence between these sets such that corresponding factor groups are isomorphic, then we say that these two series are isomorphic. So in order to see an example, let us check this problem. So here you can see that these two series are isomorphic. For first, let us calculate the number of elements in the groups involved in this series. So you can see that Z15 contains 15 elements, cyclic subgroup generated by 5 contains only 3 elements, and this contains 1 element. And Z15 contains 15 elements here, and this contains 5 elements and this 1. Now let us compute all possible Hi plus 1 over Hi. That is, here you can see that Z15 over cyclic subgroup generated by 5 is one of the factor group possible, and cyclic subgroup generated by 5 over set to 0 is another factor group. On the right hand side you can see that cyclic subgroup generated by Z15 over cyclic subgroup generated by 3 and cyclic subgroup generated by 3 over set to 0 is another factor group. Now if you check the number of elements, being the given groups are finite, if you check the number of elements in the factor group, you can see that this has the number of elements 15 over 3, that is equal to 5, and this has 3 over 1, that is equal to 3. And since Z15 is cyclic, this factor group must be cyclic. And this factor group, this cyclic factor group, contains only 5 elements, which means that this is isomorphic to Z5. Let us look at the second one. Here cyclic subgroup generated by 5. This is a cyclic group, and so this factor group is also cyclic and it contains 3 elements. So this is isomorphic to Z3. If you look at the second set of factor groups, so here you can see that Z15 over cyclic subgroup generated by 3. So this is cyclic as per the previous argument, and it contains say 15 over 5 elements, that is equal to 3 elements, and so this is isomorphic to Z3, and similarly you can see that this is isomorphic to Z5. So you can find a 1-1 correspondence between the first factor group Z15 over 5, since it is isomorphic to Z5, and this is also isomorphic to Z5. You can see that these two are isomorphic, and the other one, that is Z15 over cyclic subgroup generated by 3 and cyclic subgroup generated by 5 over set to 0 are also isomorphic. So this is a 1-1 correspondence, and you can see that the corresponding factor groups are isomorphic. So if you look at the corresponding statement in your textbook, you can see that both Z15 over cyclic subgroup generated by 5 and cyclic subgroup generated by 3 over set to 0 are isomorphic to Z5, and the other two are isomorphic to Z3. Next we see Schreier theorem, which says that two subnormal or normal series of a group G have isomorphic refinements. So if you start with two different series of a group G, either normal series or subnormal series, you can find isomorphic refinements of these two series. Here we try to find isomorphic refinements of the series set to 0 less than 8z less than 4z less than z, and set to 0 less than 9z less than z. So here you can see that these two are not isomorphic. Why? Because if you look at the factor groups here, so if I write down the factor groups here itself, this is z over 4z, which is isomorphic to z4, and this one is 4z over 8z, which is isomorphic to z over 2z, that is z2, and this one is 8z over set 0, which is isomorphic to 8z. So here if you note, you can see that the factor groups obtained from the series are z4, z2 and 8z. And if you look at the second series, so here you can see that the factor groups formed are z over 9z, which is isomorphic to z9, and 9z over set 0, which is isomorphic to 9z. So the factor groups that we have formed are z9 and 9z. So here if you look at the corresponding factor groups which are isomorphic, you can see that no factor groups from either series are isomorphic to each other. So let us calculate some numbers from the given series. So here you can see that here a multiple of 9 is used, that is from the collection of all integers. The multiples of 9s are selected as 9z, and if I leave the last part, also here I have chosen 4 here and 2 here, so that I have uh, 3 different numbers, 2, 4 from one series and 9 from the second series. I need to compute 2 into 4 into some number which should be the same as 9 into some other two numbers. So you can see that the best possibility is that you can write 2 into 4 into 9 here and 9 into 2 into 4 here. So if I extend this, to, for example, here 9 into 2 into 4, which means that here if I extend the series using a 2 and a 4, also if I extend this series using a 9, I can rewrite the first series as z, which has 4z as a normal subgroup, and which has 8z as a normal subgroup, which has 72z as a normal series, and which has the identity group as a normal series. And from the second one, here I can see that z and 9z is a normal subgroup of that, and if I extend using 2 and 4, I can have say 18z here, and then 72z here, and then I have set 0. So here you can see that the corresponding factor groups. So here you can see an z9, a factor group formed from z over 9z. Correspondingly, here I can see that z9 is a factor group formed by 8z over 72z. And if I have a factor group, say z2 formed by 9z over 8z here, I can see that correspondingly we have z2 is formed by 4z over 8z. Finally, let us look at 18z over 72z. So that is here, and we have z4 is a factor group formed, and correspondingly here we have z4 is the factor group formed from z over 4z. And as the last one, here you can see that 72z over set 0 appears on both sides. So if you look at the colors, corresponding colors, you can see that these two, the collection of factor groups are isomorphic, or these two series are isomorphic, and the one correspondence between those factor groups which are isomorphic to each other are there. So our final answer takes the form these two which we have given here. So this is one of the trick that you can use when the cyclic group, series of cyclic groups are under consideration. Now here we are going to see example 35.13, which is related to a composition series or principal or chief series. So we already have seen the definition of a composition series or principal or chief series, in the very first slide. So a normal series is a principal or chief series if all the factor groups Hi plus 1 over Hi are simple. And if this condition holds for a subnormal series, we say that it is a composition series. Here, this example claims that Z has no composition series and hence no principal series. For, let us start with a subnormal series of Z. In order to prove that this has no composition series, we need to prove that there is some Hi plus 1 over Hi which is not simple. So if you look at H1 over H0, which is formed from this H0 less than H1, H0 a normal subgroup of H1 where H0 is the identity group. So you can see that H1 being a subgroup of Z must be of the form some RZ. So H1 must be some RZ and H0 is the identity group, that is set 0. Hence H1 over H0 is isomorphic to RZ. So here, in order to show that this is not a composition series, it is enough to show that this H1 over H0 is not simple. So it is clear that R is Z. If you take any multiple of R, say let M be a multiple of R, or let us take 2R. So you can see that 2RZ is a normal subgroup of RZ, and hence RZ is not a simple group. So for, you can see that this RZ can have infinitely many non-trivial proper normal subgroups, or if you take 2RZ, it is a non-trivial normal subgroup of RZ, and hence H1 over H0 is not a simple group, and this condition is not satisfied for every I, and hence this series, which is an arbitrary subnormal series of Z, is not a composition series. Next is theorem 35.15, which is Jordan-Holder theorem. Here we need to show that any two composition series or any two principal series of a group G are isomorphic. So here we need to start with two composition series. Let Hi be a composition series and some Ki be a composition series of group G, and we need to prove that they are isomorphic. That is, there is a 1-1 correspondence between the factor groups such that the corresponding factor groups are isomorphic. Here, by Schreier theorem, we know that there exists a refinement of Hi and a refinement of Ki such that these are isomorphic. Now, since Hi is a composition series, which means that all Hi plus 1 over Hi formed from Hi, a normal subgroup of Hi plus 1, these are all simple. But by another theorem, we know that Hi plus 1 over Hi is simple if and only if Hi is a maximal normal subgroup of Hi plus 1. So being Hi is a maximal normal subgroup of Hi plus 1, you can see that you cannot find a refinement of the given series Hi by inserting a new element here, because Hi is already a maximum normal subgroup of Hi plus 1. Hence, a refinement of Hi is Hi itself, and if you use the same set of arguments, you can see that Ki is the only refinement of itself, which means that Hi and Ki are already isomorphic. So this is the proof of Jordan-Holder theorem. Now using this theorem, we will prove that If G has a composition series or principal series, and if capital N is a proper normal subgroup of G, there exists a composition or principal series containing N. So in order to prove that, let us check the first statement, that is that G has a composition or principal series, and let us call it Hi. So G has a composition series Hi. And what is the second statement? N is a proper normal subgroup of G. So you can have set E less than N less than G. This is a series, normal series of G. Now if you look at Schreier theorem, it says that this subnormal series, being this is a composition series, this is a subnormal series, and this is also a subnormal series, and we have Schreier theorem says that these two series have isomorphic refinements. That is, you have a refinement of Hi and you have a refinement of set E less than N less than G, which are isomorphic. That is, this composition series Hi is isomorphic to a refinement of set E less than N less than G. Since being a composition series, it has no further refinements. And hence, the factor groups which is obtained from this collection is 1-1 correspondence with the factor groups obtained from a refinement of set E less than N less than G, such that the corresponding factor groups are isomorphic. Now we know that being this is a composition series, all factor groups are simple, which means that this series also has factor groups that are all simple, since these two are isomorphic. Hence, you have a refinement of set E less than N less than G. Since all factor groups are simple, this refinement is a composition series, and we know that refinement already contains N, and hence it is a composition series containing N, and which is the required statement. So here you can see an example. So here you already know that set 0, 1, the cyclic subgroup generated by set 0, 1 is a normal subgroup of Z4 cross Z9, and here you can see a composition series of Z4 cross Z9 containing the element, containing the subgroup cyclic subgroup generated by 0, 1 in the series. So this is an example of the previous theorem. Moving to the final examples. So here we need to show that the group S3 is solvable. So from the very first slide itself, we know that a group G is solvable if it has a composition series. So if you can find any one composition series such that all factor groups are abelian, then we can say that that group is solvable. So here you can see that S3 has a composition series. So you already know that S3 over A3, which is isomorphic to Z2, is both simple and abelian, and this A3 over set E is also abelian and simple, and hence you have S3 has a composition series in which all Hi plus 1 over Hi are abelian. If you look at S5, you can see that it is not solvable. That is, it has no composition series Hi such that all factor groups are abelian. Hi plus 1 over Hi are abelian. For we start with set E less than A5 less than S5. So here you can see that A5 over set E, A5 over the factor group formed from this, that is A5 over set E, and this is isomorphic to A5, and it is not abelian. So this is a composition series in which all factor groups are not abelian. But we need to show that there is no composition series such that all factor groups are abelian. So can S5 has another factor group in which all factor groups are abelian? No, because the Jordan-Holder theorem says that if you have another factor group, if S5 has another factor group Hi, then that Hi must be isomorphic to this composition series. Since it has a factor group A5 over E that is isomorphic to A5, this Hi also must have some factor group Hi plus 1 over Hi that is isomorphic to A5 by the definition, and hence that also cannot be a composition series such that all factor groups are abelian, and hence S5 is not solvable. So here we have the last section, the ascending central series. We know that the center Z of G of a group G is defined by the collection of all elements in G that commute with all elements of the group G. So if you take some element A in G, then the coset A is a G, that is the collection of all elements A small z, then this is same as the collection of all elements ZA, where Z is an element of Z of G, which means that Z of G is a normal subgroup of G. Now we can see that if G has this Z of G and Z of G is a normal subgroup of G, we can consider the group G over Z of G, since Z of G is a normal subgroup of G. And we know that there is a canonical homomorphism from G to G over Z over G, which takes a collection of elements to the corresponding name of the coset. Now, here Z of G is the identity element in this group, and if you take the center of this group, that is Z of G over Z of G, by this definition, by this statement, you can see that the center of this group is a normal subgroup of G over Z of G. So this is normal in G over Z of G, which means that being this is the canonical homomorphism, I can take the inverse map of this. I can take the inverse map of this, and I can see that this is a normal subgroup, that is gamma inverse Z of G over Z of G is a normal subgroup of G, and it contains Z of G. So if I call it as Z1 of G, I have Z of G is contained in Z1 of G. So Z1 of G is a normal subgroup of G. Thus we have Z of G is normal in G, and Z1 of G is normal in G, which contains Z of G. Hence, you can consider another group, that is G over Z1 of G, since Z1 of G is normal in G. And if you consider the center of that, that is the center of G over Z1 of G, we can see that the center, being the center, it is normal in G over Z1 of G. And hence, if you take the inverse map of that, so if I denote this with Z1 of G, if I take the inverse map of this under the canonical homomorphism from G to G over Z1 of G, and if I take gamma 2 as the name of the map, then gamma 2 inverse of G over Z1 of G is a normal subgroup of G, since it is the inverse map of a homomorphism which is on to and inverse map of a normal subgroup, inverse image of a normal subgroup. And hence, if I call it Z2 of G, I have Z2 of G is normal in G, and it properly contains, and it contains Z1 of G. So you have this is less than or equal to Z2 of G. Similarly, if you continue this, you can have an ascending central series. So this is the definition of an ascending central series. As an example, the ascending central series of S3 is, you can see that rho naught is the center of S3, and hence this is rho naught, which is less than or equal to this one be Z1 of G, which is defined in the previous slide, and this will be Z2 of G. So here you can see that all these are isomorphic to or equal to rho naught, set rho naught, and hence this is the ascending central series of S3. But if you look at D4, you can see that here Z of D4 contains only one term, that is rho naught. However, if you take Z1 of D4, then you can have rho naught rho 2, and then Z2 of D4, which will be equal to D4, and so on. So this is the ascending central series of D4. So I will conclude with a collection of problems. So take a screenshot of this. So you are requested to do all the problems, and this is another set. So if you finish the collection, then there will be more and more problems. So try to do all the problems. Thank you.